Afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Hello and welcome. My name is Carolyn Howell, owner of Events USA and executive producer of CFN. I am so pleased to be here today with Santosh Tiptor. He is the owner of an outstanding restaurant located in Northern Virginia, which is part of the DMV, DC, Maryland, and Virginia, or as I like to say, destination must visit. And this is a destination you must visit. Welcome, Santosh.
Thank you so much, Caroline. Thank you for being here.
Well, listen, when I hear something called La Conch, my first thought was, the conch? What is the conch?
Yeah.
So can you tell me what this is?
So Conch is a brainchild of, I wanted to have a chocolate themed restaurant, and I didn't want it to call anything just related with chocolate. So wanted to create a curiosity. So what a nice way to introduce the machine, which is the final process of making the chocolate, the conch.
So the conch is actually a machine used to make chocolate. So my thought was, and initially when I heard about the restaurant years ago, I thought, well, this is a chocolate shop. If I want to get a gift for somebody, this is where I would come. And they have beautiful chocolates, sculptures and things that you would never even imagine. But the restaurant is much more than this. This isn't a chocolate shop at all, is it? What is it?
So yeah, we want our guests to experience chocolate in many different ways. So when they come in, they get to see the boutique where we have displayed all the beautiful chocolates made in house and the bars and all our signature items there. And then we have the whole restaurant part. So infusing cocoa and chocolate into the food, it's very interesting. Taking another level of adding the cocoa as one of the spice.
Well, let me ask you something. How long have you been a chef?
32 years.
For 32
Yeah.
years, you have been a chef. And so what made you start? I mean, how
Yeah.
did this happen?
So this is I was when I was young, I was helping my mom to do her grocery store. So I used to go to the market, take my bicycle and go to the market, and she used to be involved in a lot of social activities.
Mm-hmm.
And she was the president of Lions Club, and she had to impress the Lion ladies of she's coming up with new dishes and all those things. So I was always asking, what are you making today? What are you making tomorrow? And she said, oh, go get me this. And she used to give me a list. And I used to go to the market. And back in the days, markets were real markets. You go walk in and you get to speak to the farmers. You get to speak to real people and, pick and choose what's fresh, So I kind of, interested me to, understand what is good quality ingredients, So
Wow.
yeah, whenever I used to go with my bicycle, they used to say, hey, come here, I have this today fresh and this,
So growing up in India,
Yeah.
your desire, move over a little more for me. We want our listeners and viewers to really be able to see and hear you well. So growing up in India,
Yeah.
this was from a very small child.
Yeah.
You just were in love with flavors
Right.
and the smells with them.
Yes.
Wonderful. So your cooking career started officially when?
So, she used to give me as a, for my hard work, she used to give me a quarter to do whatever I want.
Okay.
Back in the days, the quarter was a lot of money.
Yes.
So I started to experiment buying chocolate, and chocolate was not a big thing in India because, we used to get chocolate from Cadbury's, and Cadbury was
Wow.
one of the only company who had, different varieties. I would say like 3-4 different variety of chocolate was available, and one of them was Cadbury's Eclairs. I'm sure you heard.
Yes,
of it.
exactly.
Yeah. So that always created this curiosity how has this soft centered caramel inside. So I was always wondering, and back in the days, there's no Google or India is not known for chocolate, so I could not figure out all those things. Anyway, this was back in my mind. And my uncle's friend used to have a bakery, and he was visiting us from his town. And my mom asked him to show how to bake a cake. So we did not have oven and all those things back in the days. So
Wow.
yeah, so he created like a sand box, and he baked a cake in there, and I can still smell the today.
I love the fact that this is so exciting for you. So this is a childhood memory
Yes.
and a childhood passion.
Yes, yes.
So then Fast forward, you're in Northern Virginia.
Yeah.
You have been a chef for decades.
Right.
And you decide you want a chocolate-themed restaurant. But can you tell me some of the dishes? Because when I look at the menu at the Conch, let me just say this. Looking at the menu, first of all, the menu is expansive. It's this page and this page, and then it's this page and this page. But I'm looking at the fact that your entrees are Berkshire pork, and it's rack of lamb, and boneless prime ribeye, and flat iron steak, and seared scallops. Help me out here.
Yeah.
I mean, is everything as good as the chocolate?
Oh yeah, like I'm well traveled. So I used to work on cruise lines for almost 12 years, and I was a corporate chef for two companies, the Cunard and Seabourn Cruise Line, the Queen Mary, the Queen Elizabeth. And
Wait a minute. So you were a corporate chef
yes.
for two major cruise lines?
Yes, yeah. So I had to pretty much come up with menus and based on the geographical location of the ships. So I used to travel between 8 ships constantly to come up with menus and ideas.
Wow.
So yeah, this is a collective memory of all the best things I had in my career, and I have recreated them using a very familiar dish. But when you read the menu, it's very familiar, but when you get it, it's totally different.
Okay, so we have some dishes here that I want to show off. First of all, this is and I'm going to let you hold it. So if you drop it, can you see that? Can you describe that for us?
So this has white chocolate cauliflower puree on the bottom.
Wait a minute, a white chocolate cauliflower puree.
Yeah.
Can you see this? You can't smell it. I can. It smells so good.
And the scallops, look at the size of the scallops. It's beautifully seared.
They're beautifully seared. What's on them?
We have a cocoa nib crust on top.
A cocoa nib. Okay, can I try this?
Yeah, absolutely.
So wait a minute. So let me just say, this is cauliflower puree. Please forgive me for eating this. I just have to try it.
Yeah, and it goes on and on. You have a pomegranate reduction there, and then we have charred grapes. We have fennel apple salad.
This is so good.
And
So
then
wait a minute.
tempura fried Brussels sprouts with citrus vinaigrette. So it's got like so many depth of flavors. Every time you take a bite, it keeps on evolving.
These are the best scallops I ever had. But I've got white chocolate and cauliflower.
Yes.
Never would have thought about it.
Yes.
I'm never going to put cocoa nibs on a scallop, but this is so good. And it's so rude to eat without sharing. But I have to tell you, anybody that wants to find your location, if you're in Washington, D.C., if you're in Maryland, if you're in Virginia, you've got to come to the Conch.
Yeah, it's a unique experience here. Yeah.
And so more and more, I see you have all kinds of accolades everywhere.
Yeah.
Please excuse me for filling my mouth with this amazing dish. I really want
So yeah, going back to the chocolate, right? So I wanted to be a pastry chef, but my parents wanted me to, because we used to own a pharmacy, they wanted me to continue the legacy. So they wanted me to be a pharmacist. Somehow I had more interest in cooking, so I went with what my passion was, and then I turned out to be a pastry chef. So I am a pastry chef by trade.
Pastry chef by trade.
Yes. Yeah.
Corporate chef
Yeah.
on 2 cruise lines
Yeah.
for more than a dozen years.
Yes. And I was working for the Ritz-Carlton for 5 years.
And Ritz-Carlton,
Yeah.
okay, see, I love all travel, all tourism, all things like this. But with this kind of background, to decide that you needed to own your own restaurant, to me, it just seemed like the only thing that needed to happen.
Yeah. So in 2007, I still work at the Ritz-Carlton San Juan, Puerto Rico for 5 years. So I moved to DC to open a similar concept.
Okay.
Everything has to do with chocolate, but we did not have any savory component where we just wanted to have like a lounge that cater for after dinner crowd with great desserts, cocktails, and coffee and chocolate. So that slowly turned out by introducing chocolate infused savory cuisine.
How do you even come up with these ideas?
So-
It makes me think of your mom, who was having to constantly come up something new for the Lions Club or Rotary
Yes,
Club.
yeah.
What else do you have
So
for me?
we have our braised short ribs. Again, this one has 64% dark chocolate from Madagascar.
Braised short ribs with 64
dark chocolate from Madagascar. It's a single ingredient.
Madagascaran dark chocolate on a braised short rib.
Yeah.
I mean, this is insane.
So-
And it's beautiful. It looks like a picture, but I can't wait to taste it. Tell me more about it.
So yeah, that's braised for 72 hours with red wine and mushrooms and has a hint of chocolate in there, so it's not overpowering. And again, when you use dark chocolate, doesn't mean that it's going to turn out to be sweet. So we use something which has a good flavor profile of acidity and bitterness. So we add that one, and it works really well. So
Well, I'm going to be the judge of that. You said it won't be sweet. I'm going to be the judge of that and take a
and it
look
has
at
a goat cheese potato puree in the bottom, and crispy fried kale.
Oh my goodness, all of the things that you have with this. Forgive my back. Oh, this is so good.
Yeah.
It's not sweet at all.
No, it's not. Yeah.
It's delicious, but I can tell that there's something interesting there.
Yes, it just melts in the mouth. It's just so the whole dish is so complex, and when you start taking a bite of the kale and the puree, it just a nice mouthfeel. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, the flavors are delicious. You really are a chef. Now, it's interesting, your restaurant received some special acclaim.
Yes.
We think in terms of a destination, like where do you want to go? Where are the most famous restaurants in the world? Or where are the best ones? What award did you receive?
So we won the Destination Business of the Year for the county.
Destination.
Yeah. So
Business
Loudoun
of the Year.
County is a big county, and we are so proud to be recognized. And people come from everywhere: Maryland, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, Richmond, DC. And since I had a following in DC, we get a lot of customers from DC.
And see, it's really easy. And that's what I love about the DMV area, Destination Must Visit. The fact that in no time, I leave Maryland, drive through DC to get to Virginia, to get to a place like this. So when people are traveling, when you're planning your vacation, if you're already in Washington, D.C., and you're enjoying some of the beautiful and fabulous restaurants in Maryland and in the District of Columbia, you have got to hop over to the Conch here in Northern Virginia. All of your menu items, like who is the brainchild behind these ideas?
It's me.
It's you. I mean, are you? So tell me how you're making this work out for you.
So I'm putting all my 32 years of experience, and giving the best out of everything. Yeah. So
who samples this? I just sampled and I love, and I really want to bag those up for dinner.
So, understanding the ingredients and coming up with a combination, and we use top quality chocolate. Again, that map, I don't know if you guys.
There's a map on the back wall.
Yeah. So those are some of the countries that we source our cocoa beans from.
I love that. Yeah. And absolutely, just below that, this is a chocolate lab. Now, when somebody says chocolate lab to you, you instantly think the dog. This is not a Labrador Retriever. This is a chocolate lab because this is our, I don't want to say chemist. In some ways, I guess you did follow the track of pharmacy because you are mixing things together.
Exactly, yeah.
But I love it. Now, how many employees do you have here?
We have 34 employees here.
34 employees.
Yes.
Now, this is in a climate where we are still recovering from what we went through, the pandemic, and the pandemic is still going on.
Right.
How have your followers, how have your regular clients been managing with you during this time period?
We are very thankful for the support of all the community here, and they want us to thrive, and they always been supporting us throughout the pandemic, and even with 50% occupancy, we managed to get through it, and there's a huge support for us. I can't thank them enough. Yeah.
I love that. I love the fact that that's true. And as we're looking at restaurants and looking for places to go and looking for places to travel, you can't get through any day successfully without eating. But to eat something this good and to realize that your menu has vegetarian items and it has seafood items, it has beef and pork. There's something for everybody here.
Exactly, yes.
And is there a little bit of chocolate in every little dish?
Most of the menu has a hint of chocolate. For example, this is our appetizer. It's our crispy calamari.
Crispy calamari. Okay, let's pull that closer.
Okay.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay,
and this is a chocolate beer batter calamari.
It's a chocolate beer batter calamari.
Yes, and it has green peppercorn aioli and a Fresno pepper sauce for the dipping. And you got to try this one.
Oh, I'm absolutely going to try this one. I think we're going to be coming up on a break in a few minutes. I'm going to get a few tastes of everything else. And then when we come back, I absolutely want to talk to you about the kinds of things that you've done during the pandemic and what are the special things that you started as part of that process. So Anthony's going to let me know. Anthony, can we keep going? Can I try this, or do we need to take a break and come back?
You know you are a hot one. We are lime, we are laugh, we are chat, we no chill, we are hot one. Temperature rise, beer vibes in ya, this a hot one. Link up, connect, bust a sweat when you're dead from the hot one. We gonna spice it up like fire. I used to watch BET, MTV, VH1, now I watch Tempo. Soca, Calypso, Reggae Dance Hall. Don't stall, better get tuned in to the tempo. Don't have cable, they got an app. Go to your app store, download that. Whether it's tourism, cuisine, or the social scenes, if it ain't Tempo, it's a rap. Who got the Caribbean views? Tempo. It's the latest in Caribbean news. Tempo. You tryna cook Caribbean food? Tempo. You know they got the music videos too. Tempo. Who got the Caribbean views? Tempo. It's the latest in Caribbean news. Tempo. You tryna cook Caribbean food? Tempo. You know they got the music videos too. Tempo.
We're back. I've been having the best time. I've never eaten so many wonderful chocolate-infused menu items in my life. Here at the Conch in Leesburg, Virginia, just outside Washington, D.C., and located in the DMV, I'm here with Chef Santosh Tiptor. I'm just going to call you Chef Santosh.
Yes, good, yeah.
And I've been learning so many things about him. Now, it's interesting. A lot of people pivoted, if you will, during the pandemic. This was a sit-down restaurant. This is a sit-down restaurant that does very good business. But obviously, they had to add some things to the mix. So as I was looking through this beautiful menu of the Conch, which is the machine that finalizes the chocolate, I noticed that you guys actually offer classes.
Yes.
And what amazes me, there's a class for the art of cocktail making with a master mixologist, the art of chocolate making. You've got a mommy and me class and a sip and sculpt. Help me out here. Help me understand.
So these are all very popular classes. Again, during the pandemic, some of them we used to do online classes.
Mm-hmm.
So when we announced, they would buy a kit from us, and then we used to do a Zoom class over Zoom, all the cocktails.
I love it.
Yeah, and then slowly again, as we came back to normalcy, every other Saturday we start doing the cocktail making classes. So very, very popular. We have like 12 people here enjoying how to make all the classic cocktails and the infused cocktails.
Wow,
Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah,
I would totally love that.
I'm thankful. We have great mixologists.
Can you look up for me, mixologist? Can I hello?
Yeah.
So the mixologist in the back is going to create some wonderful drinks for us. But in the meantime, I want you to talk about some of these beautiful chocolates that we're looking at. Help me understand what I'm looking at. Because I came in, I thought this was decor. I thought that there was something intricate
Not
to it.
sure if you
Say,
can
can
see.
you see these chocolates? Oh my. Now they're different colors. What is the color that I'm
So
looking
this
at?
one we especially came up with for the Indian festival Diwali.
Oh, Indian festival.
The Indian festival, Diwali festival of lights.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've heard it.
Yeah. So I kind of took the Indian sweets and recreated those flavors into chocolates.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, but it is really chocolate.
It is chocolate, yeah.
And if I come in, I can buy it. I noticed you have a
Yes.
beautiful counter
Right,
there. I
yeah,
can
yeah.
get a box of those,
Absolutely.
pick up some of those.
Yes. And then we have here little small miniature sculptures made out of chocolate. So
Okay,
Yeah.
that is insane. So is this entire thing solid chocolate?
everything's, chocolate, yeah.
And
It's hollow, it's not solid.
okay, so it's hollow
Yes, yeah.
chocolate,
So-
but it's a beautiful
Yeah,
sculpture. Oh my.
So when we do Mommy and Me class or a sip and sculpt, so they can make a sculpture as well as have cocktails and have a conversation, while talking.
So mommy's having cocktails and they're
no,
making,
I mean
okay.
sip and sculpt.
Sip and sculpt.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
mommy and me, no cocktails.
I was going to say, if mommy's having cocktails while we're
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
this, that's going to
So
be
yeah,
hilarious.
mommy and me, they come in and we give them the instruction how to
Oh, how to
build
put this,
this
how
together.
wonderful is this?
Yeah.
I mean, who would imagine the creativity that I have seen with restaurants, and this really is a destination restaurant. I would absolutely put this on my list. If I didn't know anything about this, I would try to figure my way here. I would be looking up the conch, TheConche.
That's right. Yeah.
I would be Googling that and looking it up and figuring how in the world can I get there? If I'm in DC or if I'm in Maryland
Yeah.
or if I'm in Virginia and
Yeah.
I've got another day or two, it's worth making a
Yes.
reservation for here.
Yes. It's a unique experience overall. We just not about food. We just not about drinks. We just not about chocolate, but we have everything chocolate here.
Oh, I love it. You're everything chocolate.
Yeah.
Now, I see that you've got we've got a master cocktail back there. Please tell me what this is called.
This is our very signature cocktail. It's a mustache.
Wait a minute. So this is a drink. Can you see this drink? Tell me what's in it. But hold on. I have to okay, first of all, this is called the mustache. So apparently I have to have the mustache when I'm having the mustache. Tell me what's in this drink before I start. It's so beautiful.
Yeah,
You almost don't want to drink it.
Smirnoff vodka, Irish cream, and then you have the creme de cacao, and then our chocolate ganache, house-made chocolate and dark
Oh my
chocolate
goodness.
ganache.
This is dessert.
It's a nice, very airy foam, and then you have the drink in the bottom.
Okay, so I'm supposed to take a sip of this.
Yes.
So my question is, I already know how it got called the
And
mustache.
then you have a cocoa nib rim on top.
Okay, this is artistry, just getting this done. So I want to just.
No, you gotta show the mustache.
Wait a minute, hold on. I just don't want to stop. Right. This is the only mustache I'm going to show. This drink is delicious, but it's one of those ones that can fool you because there's really Smirnoff vodka in here,
Yes.
and I can taste it, and I'm such a lightweight. But this is delicious. So this is one of your most popular cocktails.
Yes. Yeah. People like to take is a photo moment. Take
Yes.
pictures. Yeah.
And if exactly, so wonderful. So you have to come out, get your mustache, not just the one that's on the stick, but get your mustache cocktail and then show your mustache. You would love to see it on your Instagram page, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Now, what other drinks do you have that are really
So,
exciting
yeah.
for dessert?
So this one's our Southern Rye. It's a smoked Manhattan. It's one of my favorite parts about the job.
A smoked Manhattan. Okay, so he has fire back there. I just want to point out, he's actually, our master mixologist is in the back, and he is smoking. Oh my goodness, are you able to see this? So it's a smoked Manhattan, and what are the components of this drink?
Go ahead.
So I use 2 ounces bourbon,
2 ounces of bourbon.
3/4 ounces of sweet vermouth, and then I add a little bit of maple syrup,
Oh,
a
wow.
little extra, and then we add mole bitters.
This is a serious operation. Do you not see this is very science fair. Wonderful. Oh my goodness. Can you see this? How beautiful is this? And our master mixologist is here, and he's about to open this for us. It's loaded with smoke.
It's a Grand Marnier infused applewood smoke.
A Grand Marnier apple infused smoke. Oh, this is beautiful. Are you able? I wish our cameraman hadn't had an emergency. There we go. Can you see this? Is this awesome? And inside it, you've got
Brandied cherries.
brandied cherries. And this is a chocolate swizzle stick?
Yes, yeah.
So this is literally to be nursed, correct? All right, I'm gonna need a nurse if I have too much of it. I'm just gonna have a sip because I have to try this. This is so good. This is so good. Oh my God, and this is one of your popular drinks
Yes,
as well?
yeah. That's
Well,
one, yeah.
I would do it for the show. I would absolutely do it for the show. So with this drink, is this also one of the ones, listen, I'm already living on the smoke. I said I was a lightweight, didn't I? This is absolutely wonderful. And now you've got another dessert in the back.
Right,
What's this
yeah.
one? Soda.
Let me take this out.
Trust me, the drinks won't go home with me, but this food has got to go home with me here at the Conch. The food is delicious, but the chef is a master.
So
So we've got, now tell me what this is, because
So-
this is looking like a giant orb. Are you able to see that?
it's just a giant spear.
It's a giant sphere,
And
okay.
then we're going to reveal it by
So-
lighting it on fire.
Right.
So yeah, this is one of our main dessert who wants to celebrate birthdays and anniversaries, so it's a celebration dessert.
So this is celebration dessert, and how do I actually break into this celebration
Yeah.
dessert?
So yeah.
I want to hold it close enough so that our viewers have to just watch in amazement, and our listeners can just imagine what it looks like. So you're lighting something on fire.
Sure.
Oh my goodness, I am loving this.
Okay, so be careful. So-
Okay, I'm going to let you do this because your insurance covers you. Wow. Are you able to see this? Wow. Okay. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
How gorgeous is this?
Yeah, so
How
this is
gorgeous is this?
3 dessert in one kind of thing. So
Okay, so first of all, the presentation is making me crazy.
Yeah.
But what are the 3 desserts? What do
So,
I have in here?
So we have on the base we have your passion fruit caramel sauce, and then we have our
Passion fruit caramel sauce.
sour cream dark chocolate cake,
Sour cream dark chocolate cake.
And then you
Sour cream dark chocolate cake.
and then we have 3 different type of whipped ganaches. We have a dark, milk, white, and also we have a blonde chocolate here, and then we have 3 different type of ice cream, salted caramel,
And ice, oh my
smoked
goodness.
chocolate ice cream, and vanilla bean ice cream.
Smoked chocolate ice cream, vanilla bean ice cream. Okay, so if I had the scallops that had the chocolate in it, and then I had the mustache, if you will, the mustache that had the chocolate in it, and now I'm having a chocolate dessert. My next question would be, can a girl get a cup of coffee in this? Because when your clients come in, what are they looking for? What exactly are they looking for? Is this one of your most popular desserts?
Yes, yeah. If it's anybody who wants to have a we get a lot of families here,
Mhm.
and they all want to celebrate something, and this is the dessert they have to go with.
This is so good.
Yeah, this is one of the 5 desserts we have.
Wow, this is so beautiful. I would come here just for this. I mean, I don't know that I could eat the dinner and eat the dessert. I would certainly try. And you have a lot of space. How many people can be seated in your restaurant?
About 110.
Okay, that's
yeah,
wonderful.
yeah.
So I can actually come. I don't need to run in and run out. This is not fast food.
No,
This is an
This is an
experience.
experience. Yeah, it's
Ah.
yeah. So like I say, it's pretty much like 2-hour experience here.
A 2-hour
Yeah,
experience.
yeah.
So how can people find out about your restaurant?
So we have our website, obviously, the-conch.com.
So it's the-conch, CONCHE.com,
And we are located in Leesburg, Virginia,
Leesburg, Virginia.
1605 Village Market Boulevard, Southeast. And our unit number is J108. And and I know we look forward to see you guys.
Easy parking, delicious food. I've got such a feast behind me. I cannot wait to get into it. But Chef Santosh, it's been such a pleasure to talk to you, to hear about your passion, and to really experience some of the things you have, which I will continue to experience after our audience is gone. We just want to thank you today. This has been amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
And thank you all.
Thank you all again. Thank you.
You know you are a hot one. We are lime, we are laugh, we are chat, we are chill, we are hot fun. Temperature rise, beer vibes in ya, this a hot one. Link up, connect, bust a sweat when you're the fun, the hot one. We gonna spice it up like